Let's just chase the book around for a while. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. On the list of to-do things. 1/11/2021 is the time of this broadcast, and we're going to take a look inside D. McDonald Designs Crayons and Colored Pencils Adult Coloring Book 6. So it's a pretty purple book for a reason, because it's 90% all about wine bottles. Here's the back of the book. We have some colored by Donna Pecoraro and me, and that looks like about it there, but it's a pretty book. It's a pretty book. There's the thickness of the book with the name on the spine, so you can find it easily on a shelf. Something I like. It's one of the reasons why my books tend to be very large. All right, now once we get out of that, we'll get the glare out of here. So what are we talking about here? We have 144 pages, 15.5 ounces, available on Amazon. Link will be in the description after I finish this. We have some of the look inside the book feature here, and then we're going to get right into the book. Well, first we have a welcome to the book thing. This book is crayons and colored pencils, so it may and may not be single-sided. We're not sure. It's been years since this book was published. Let's find out. It was published in 2018. Columbia, South Carolina, on the 12th of January. Hey, look at that. It's almost time for it to have a birthday. Oh, birthday book. I have way too many books to have birthdays for my books. That would be totally insane. Why the spools of thread? They're wonderful for practicing coloring skills. Really great for learning how to shade and blend and layer, and also where you might want to try putting the little white line thing. It's just really a very wonderful, simple item to do some practice with. So that appears from time to time. Some beautiful flowers. So right here we do not have single-sided, which is the reason that it's crayons and colored pencils. And here we have a girl's color. I did some I didn't. I mean, I do own a lot of books. I probably have 350 coloring books in my collection at this point. Not all of mine, but many of mine. And, you know, I just keep making them because it keeps me occupied. Sure does. All right, we have corks and wine bottles. We have small and then not at all. So you're also going to get to see what I did in this book over the years. And as I was going through all of the books in this series, I found some I started coloring all over again. So, you know, every once in a while, grab a book off your shelf and you'd be surprised that, hey, I haven't colored that for a while. Yeah. There's an error here. I fixed it with a black pen marker. You'll see that there's a white space that shouldn't be over here. Sometimes that happens. So if you're looking at it and you're going, yeah, mistakes happen. Look, I was born. Okay, here, this one is a favorite. I enjoyed coloring this, and I think I did a pretty doggone good job. A couple of them are pretty nice, and that's not the point. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I just enjoy going to my little world of creativity and maybe listening to YouTube or the news or whatever, but having a crayon or a colored pencil in my hand helps me deal. Now, she's the weirdest thing on earth, but some people really kind of like weird, so you have to keep that in mind when you page through a book. Some of the pages will appeal to you and some just won't, but dime for dime, you're getting an awful lot. You're getting not an awful. You're getting plenty of choices to make. So let's not be too critical, world. Yeah, open up and be receptive. Now these are going landscape style, and I think I'm going to have to flip the book over from time to time. But really pretty coloring. So here we have another landscape. You can add to this or just simply enjoy the simplicity. Here I used a placemat behind everything with a crayon, wrapper, label, whatever, ripped off, lay it on the side, and put a placemat and color like you did when you were 5 with the crayon flat. And it makes for a beautiful, easy background. Same thing. That's the background in here. just corks, and I wasn't going for realistic. I just was going for fun. This background actually would make a really neat cork. Maybe I'll try that because I have another page to try. Yeah, sure. Always more to do. Now we are in single-sided, so you could use markers. If you use a marker, anything really wet, then definitely put cardstock behind it. And actually, this isn't bad because it's single-sided. You really should always put a piece of paper if you're going to color and press at any point in time, because color does lift off. Just sort of does. I like that one on black. Ooh. Ooh, nice job there, Deborah. Oh, I like that. I don't know what I used back here, but that one's nice. I think it's a stencil. Wow. Wow. That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed with me. But I can still see now where I could come through with a pencil many years later. Ooh. Ooh. And as you're doing this, you're going to find that you'll be thankful that you get another crack at it, because it took me a while to get to this point. I played around in this book until I felt like I really could do justice to those wine bottles. Yeah. All right, now we're back to not single-sided. So once again, you're going to go into your crayons and your colored pencils. And then single-sided, my page stuck, with the double girl. Wine bottles, placemats I used on this page. Another perfect page for playing with a placemat. Really good for that. A really great, simple to practice doing glass bottles and glasses. And here, this one turned out rather nice as well. Not as good as what we saw before, but I probably started here. I don't know. I wasn't actually putting the date on my pages back then. And now I try to, because over the years, it's interesting to see when did I color this. Working on the girl hair that I'm not very good at. And I've watched other people do it. And here I am trying to work the white in and just playing with it. Like I've said many times, my books are definitely set up for workbook style, practicing trial and error, and not having a lot of anxiety over, oh, what if I ruin this? Oh, chances are you get another crack at it, one way or another. So here we have the girl, side by side. Here she has flowers in her hair, and here she doesn't. And so I played around with what could I add to her hair with my ink pen, again with the spools of thread, but now side by side and different. And I wanted movement around here. I achieved it, I think. And then on black, the strange and unusual girl returns. Once again, the spools, they're really enjoyable to color. You can wrap them around and add a lot more, put individual thread, but I like them smooth like this. And here we go. Speak of the double dab. Here's my attempt at putting thread lines in. Was I successful? Not necessarily so, but I enjoyed trying. Placemat. Now we're going back this way. I did enjoy coloring her, and I don't usually like coloring humans. Nice job there. Look at that. Let's take a moment and applaud everybody at home. Oh, everybody. Oh, hundreds and thousands of people watching right now. No. I'm doing this so that I have a record of, hopefully YouTube stays up and everything, and these look-throughs are helpful for people who say, what's in the book? Well, go take a look. Go take a look at what's in the book. Oh, I really did a good job of that. This is actually could be framed. I'm not so sure about this part, but I nailed that bottle. That's an A+ bottle there. Yay me. So once again, if I can be supportive of my own artistic endeavors, it's such a wonderful thing to do with children, teenagers, and get them to go back and try it again. And then give them be critical, nicely critical. There's a being mean, and then there's suggesting, maybe if you try this, or please, if you get this book, bring them on over and let them take a look and pause. That's the nice thing about YouTube, because you can hit that pause button and freeze it, and they can look at it, study it, and say, I think I got it. I think I know what to do. Now, this one's strange and crazy. I use stencils. I use all kinds of fun stuff and the crayon to play with this girl with the hair. Here, I didn't. And I'm, once again, trying to do this. I'm not very skilled at that. I've watched people do it, and I don't have the knack. So that means I have to really study the people who are really good with hair. Not that I really have to, but if I want to improve, that's a step. Again, the spools of thread, flowers, and here I was practicing on them. I got much better when I started changing things around a little bit with the flowers in the front of the book. But I will often go and look in the back and say, okay, I think I'm going to use the back here as my practice first. Sometimes the books include side-by-side smalls for that reason. And there you have it. The book 6 in the series. I will be returning with book 5, but if you're going to watch this, it's going to lay out. I have to go backwards. You get to follow it. I have to put book 6 down, then I get to put book 5 down. Then book 4 with a very busy cover. And these each book sort of has a theme going on to it. Book 3, very popular, My Gourd Girls. Book 2, and then at the very end of when I get done with this, I will get to book 1, working backwards so that on the YouTube channel, it makes more sense. Which I learned as I was doing these. I said, you have to put the last book first, and then it'll bump up correctly, because I haven't figured out how in the world to arrange it. So I thank you for joining. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for buying. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I do. I thank you for watching whenever you can, because time matters, to make sure you keep your channels, and the possibility of what everybody's learning about at this point in time, something called monetization, is when you're popular, commercials appear and you get a little money in your bank account, which is very nice. So if you want to help someone out like me or anyone on YouTube, the more you watch what they do, even if you rewatch it, doesn't matter. It's they click, they keep track of the time people are logged in on your particular channel. So I thank you for me and all other people on YouTube that you'd like to support with that. It costs you really just electricity because you're already paying for internet. So thanks so much, and I'm going to end it right now and do another.